Okay, in this video, we're going to discuss white box testing techniques, right? White box testing. The last video, we discussed black box testing techniques. And we're going to discuss white box testing in this video. Okay, so white box testing is used to check for internal security holes, broken or poorly constructed parts, coding process, expected outputs, functionality of conditional loops, the flow or specific inputs through the code, and the testing of each statement, function, or object on an individual basis, right? Testing can be done at the system integration or unit levels, right? Software development life cycle, right? You want to verify a working flow of the application. Involves testing a series of predefined inputs against expected outputs. So, how do you perform white box testing? First, you need to understand the source code. Like I said, you must be a good developer for you to understand the source code and be able to point out errors in coding. Then you can create your test cases and execute, right? So execute it against the source code. Sort of unit testing. Unit testing is a form of white box testing, like as we discussed in the other video, right? So one of the major techniques in white box testing is code coverage analysis, right? This helps to eliminate gaps in a test suite, right? That identifies areas of the program that are not exercised by a set of test cases, right? Once the gaps are identified, you can create test cases to verify the untested parts of the code, right? Because there are a lot of automated tools to perform code coverage analysis. Um, we want to also have full statement coverage, branch coverage analysis also, branch coverage also. Want to check every possible path, every possible branch, if else, conditional loops, want to check every statement to be for good syntax, as well as other issues, right? Functionality, speed, security of functions, stuff like that. There are other white box testing techniques like condition coverage, multiple condition coverage, finite state machine coverage, branch coverage, decision coverage, path coverage, control flow testing, data flow testing. You want to check how the data flows through the system. You want to check how the control in the system flows, right? These are all techniques with white box testing. These are white box testing techniques, right? Because different types of white box testing includes unit testing, right? And where you test each unit of the application, right? Performed on each unit or each block of code, right? You run a test on each of them to ensure that that block of code is doing what it's supposed to do. There's also testing for memory leaks, right? Memory leaks are the leading cause of slower running applications, right? A Especially who is experienced in detecting memory leaks. It's essential in cases where you have a slow running software application. You want someone to be able to test for memory leaks and reveal it. So there's also white box penetration testing in terms of security, right? The white box in that scenario, a pen tester is given access to the system, full knowledge of the system, and asked to test it, right? To detect where the issues are coming from or are going to come from, help remediate those issues. There's also mutation testing, white box mutation testing, just to discover best coding techniques to use for expanding a software application. So there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of automated tools for doing this white box testing and code coverage analysis, right? There's HTML unit, UI unit, N unit, CPP unit, etc. A lot of that. Yeah, some of the advantages, like I've outlined, right, can help find code optimization. It can help find hidden errors, right? The white box test can easily be automated. easily. They have lots of tools doing that. Right, testing is more thorough as all code paths are usually covered, right? And testing can start early in the SDLC. While the software is still being developed, you can begin to run whitebox tests. So, however, it can be quite complex and expensive if run manually. Um, Developers don't really like whitebox testing, to be honest. And whitebox testing requires professional resources, of course, with serious programming knowledge and implementation knowledge. It's time consuming if it's being run by a human, of course. Time consuming because the guy will need to step through the code, every single line of code. So, of course, bigger programming applications could take more time. So that's all for white box testing, and I'll see you in the next video.